Hi all, welcome to the second part of the lecture about the history and landscape of philosophy of technology. Now let's go over a brief history of philosophy of technology. The philosopher and economist Karl Marx was the first to think of the existential and social consequences of the use of technology. Marx considered technology as a means of production. A means of production is something used to produce goods or services. For example, land, labor, and technology are means of production. He understood that this production is related to social conditions and argued that the use of machines under capitalism is alienating, since workers do not have ownerships of the means of production and also lack ownership of the products of their labor. However, Marx thought that under the right conditions, technology can also liberate us when it ends scarcity. The acknowledged or official history of philosophy of technology as a discipline usually starts in the 19th century, when Ernst Kapp wrote his Elements of a Philosophy of Technology in 1877. For the first time in the history of philosophy, someone thought that technology was a worthy subject on its own, and tried to reconceptualize technology itself and its relations to humans. Technology is very much connected with our human condition. Like in the myth of Prometheus from the Protagoras, humans are seen as lacking something that technology supplies. We have to create and enhance ourselves. According to Kapp, tools are organ projections. The tools take over the shape of the human organs and their potential use and force. The mechanical is thus understood in organic terms. Tools are extensions of the human body, and language and institutions, such as the state, are extensions of the mental life. Technology is not only about simple tools, but also about technological systems. The railroad is an extension of the circulatory system. Telegraphy is an extension of the nervous system. The question of whether technology is an extension returns in contemporary debates about information technology and the Internet. Not in the least, since some technologies are literally connected to the human body. Today we could ask, is the Internet an extension of the human nervous system? Is there a development toward less material, more spiritual forms of technology and culture? And what is the link between technology and social institutions? Now, let's study some critiques of technology. George Simmel, for instance, saw a tension between the individuals striving for independence and technology. He says, the deepest problems of modern life flow from the attempt of the individual to maintain the independence and individuality of his existence against the external culture and technique of life. Simmel sees money as a tool that creates indifference, distance, and depersonalization. While he has a nuanced view and also sees that money can connect people, he mainly sees technologies such as money as contributing to processes of objectification and quantification of human life and culture. In 1905, Max Weber argues in his famous book The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism that the technical and economic conditions give us an order that becomes an iron cage, imprisoning us in systems of rationalization, control, and bureaucracy. Moreover, as technical means and calculations replace the magic and mystery of past times, the world becomes disenchanted. Karl Jaspers sees technology as a demonic power that has been summoned by humans and now turns against them. He complains about mass society and mass culture, brought about by machine technology that standardizes and mechanizes not only production but also social life. Jaspers argues that technology leads to mass life. Workers become part of the machinery, cogs in an interlocking wheelwork. Individuals merge in the mass. He sees a conflict between the technical mass order and human life. Humans become alienated. They are, Karl Jaspers says, harnessed in an apparatus directed by an alien will. They no longer have the possibility of self-realization and become disconnected from the world. From a more positive perspective, Lewis Mumford links the invention of the clock to the need for an orderly routine, first in the monastery and then later in capitalism. Thus, technology interlocks with and shapes what we do. It supports and forms our routines. Yet, he thinks that what matters are our moral and economic choices, not the technology itself. We should bring technology in harmony with our cultural and social patterns. Technology itself cannot be the whole answer. Another critic of technology is Jacques Ellul, who represents a way of thinking of technology known as technological determinism. Technology has become autonomous, and this autonomous technology now dominates humans, who have adapted to technology, or rather, the technology has adapted them. Technology is no longer a mere means or a mediator, but has become a reality in itself with which we must reckon. Technology is itself a form of determinism. It has grown in power and has taken over our activities, creating conditions that are less than human. Against Marxists, Ellul argues that capitalism did not create that inhumane world. The machine did. In contrast to the Greeks, whose moderation and self-control enabled them to resist the force of technology, we submitted to it and played the role of sorcerer's apprentice or the creator of Frankenstein. Technology leads to suffering and social problems, and in the end, cultural breakdown, Ellul thinks. According to Ellul, technology absorbs everything and is totalitarian. We become technology's slaves. Therefore, technology becomes a danger. Ellul and Heidegger coincide on this idea. To locate ourselves in the landscape of philosophy of technology, it is useful to use the following distinction proposed by Carl Meacham between engineering philosophy of technology and humanities philosophy of technology. Engineering philosophy of technology starts with analyzing the nature of technology and uses technological terms to understand technology and human affairs. By contrast, humanities philosophy of technology relates the meaning of technology to what goes beyond technology: culture, ethics, politics, religion, and so on. Reflection on technology is then done from a non-technological point of view. In this course, we will study humanities philosophy of technology. The philosophers that we have studied might be right or wrong. but the questions they ask are still relevant and seem more important than ever when new machines and devices are used and being developed that promise to further transform our life world. The life world is a concept developed by the philosopher Edmund Husserl that refers to the world as we experience it and live it. What is the impact of our new technologies on social and mental life? For example, are the new social media giving us new possibilities for self-realization, or are they turning us into attention addicts, creating a new mass society and alienating us from each other? Is technology an autonomous force? And if so, does it determine us and our societies? Or can we make decisions about technology, about how we want to live our lives, and how we want to live together? Will robotics and AI release us from unpleasant labor and liberate us? Or will these technologies become so intelligent, autonomous, and powerful that they will enslave us? Nowadays, are we already living under the control of AI technologies that are used for face recognition in airports or to decide on our applications for bank credit? Is more automation part of the solution or is the ultimate danger? Are we progressing toward total automation, and is this a dream or a nightmare? Should robots be designed to be our slaves or our partners? Do we live in a kind of new Iron Age, a silicon cage perhaps? Do we live in a disenchanted world, or are there new ways of enchantment, perhaps also with technologies? What do we really want from technologies in the first place? Or will the new technologies shape what we want? That's all for today. Thank you for watching this lecture. Send me an email if you have any questions about the readings or the lectures. Remember that no later than Thursday, June the 1st at 11:59 in the night, you have to submit through Writespace your answers to the review and discussion questions of page 29 of the book Introduction to Philosophy of Technology. I already created the assignment on Brightspace that you must use to submit your answers. Have a good day.